right, we just completed our road through the state of Pennsylvania, and it was a little bit bumpy, okay? We lost to the Steelers first, and then we just lost to the Eagles as well, 26-18. So we had them the first three and a piece quarters. We was up on them. We was doing what we were supposed to do. The Eagles were not taking advantage of their opportunities. They were stumbling. And the problem was our defense was keeping us in the game. The Eagles couldn't make no field goals, and we could not take advantage of the gifts that were being given to us. So that's on us. To me, that's a growth and maturity thing. But we hung in there with them for three and a half quarters. So I'm not mad, but again, it's lost opportunities.
It's just that, because I have to be honest, Sabrina, I'm okay with where we are. I would like for us to win. This is our first year with JD5. We have like almost 40 new people to the team. They have to learn to work together. How much more happy would we be if they would just score? Right. In the red zone, all them opportunities they in the red zone, just score. And like you said, for 3.5 quarters, we were in there. So when you hit 26, whatever, 28-16 or whatever it was closer than that sound. That happened in the last half of the fourth quarter.
And that's because the defense was probably gassed. They was.
Wouldn't you be on the field like that?
They had, and that's what's upsetting me. It was, and also what's amazing is that when we were rolling, it was the offense that was keeping us in the games, and the defense was struggling. But now, instead of one coming up to meet the other, now it's like they flip flop. And I just look forward to the time when we get back to playing well on all three phases of the game. We're getting into the home stretch. We are 7-4, and we're still very highly much in contention for the division, but we gotta keep winning. We have no more room for error as much as we used to. No. I don't want to be no wild card. I want to win the division.
I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, Sabrina, only because they're gonna have to work this out. And I'm not being no fair weather friend or a bad fan. I'm gonna be as honest as possible. They got to learn to convert. They have to. And like you said, I heard Lulu name. The defense was doing their part.
Yes, they were.
And we need another target. Ertz getting on he's irking my last nerve. That's his name.
What he do? What he do?
Sabrina, I don't understand why when they have these tight ends, they don't target them more. It is a known fact. I said this a billion times. I say it so much, I feel like this is the same show 100 times. Go at the tight end. Every defense struggles with a tight end. Every defense. They struggle with them tight ends. And I get it. You can't keep targeting him because then they triple double team him. But there were many opportunities when he dropped the ball. He was wild.
That's what I was going to say.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make those plays. And I feel like we need another Terry. We need a Terry 2.0. And we need another tight end, somebody that's going to catch that ball. Yeah. And while like you said, the offense was struggling and the defense was struggling, the offense is figuring it out. Now they don't flip flop. I feel like the defense is doing a superb bang up job
in comparison to the offense.
Where they used to be good night, they get most improved.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man.
And let me say this too. I feel like go ahead. What you feel? No. I feel like Jayden, I think I mentioned this last week, is not well still.
He's not.
I watch him. He has a great acceleration. When I watched him this last game, it's like his decision making is almost a little slower. It's almost like he's hesitant. And when he does take off, he doesn't have that same burst of speed. I just think that he's not all the way yet. So hopefully these 4 days extra that they've had will do something good for them. He has not been the same since he had that injury against the Panthers. And I just hope that won't be, our downfall.
This is when you try the truth. That baby was built for the battle.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So we good. He gonna get it together. He can come on to Aunt Gwen's house. I got some icy hot and some great northern beans and biscuits. All of that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that was our grandma go to when it was hot or we cold. You wasn't feeling well. She'll make you some great northerns and some homemade biscuits.
He don't need just that too. He need the turkey meat in there and everything. Some extra. Yeah. And I want to say something to the fans too, because I've been hearing a lot of it's the same old. See, we thought we was doing something, and then no. We've been saying this. We are way ahead of where we thought we would be. If we knew that we were 7-4 at this point in the season, at the start of the season, we would be like, for real? You know what I'm saying? Take it for what it is. We're hanging in there with these playoff caliber teams, and it's a quarters difference, it's a point difference, it's here and there. Stay positive. They're growing, they're learning, they're hanging in there and doing better than you ever thought that they could. Stop being negative. It's starting to get annoying for real. It's like stop going up and down and being fair weather. You can call it like it is, but don't say it like where you're giving up. Okay.
That's the trauma of being a
Let it go.
football team / Commanders fan. We got residual trauma. You're gonna have to get them a season or two to get over. You just can't snap at it like that. Because even when I'm watching the game, I have flashbacks.
They have
now
seen
I'm
enough.
starting to be more consistent with, okay, it's just football, Gwen. They not going to the Super Bowl this year, but maybe in a year or two, we can be true contenders. We definitely have to work that draft this year. But speaking of contenders, somebody finally got my homeboy. You know,
praise the Lord.
Beat and me and Sabrina called it.
Yeah, we did.
Like, this the game where they going down.
Yeah. Okay, here's another game of the week. The Chiefs at the Bills in Buffalo.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, I don't
they
know.
might got him, Sabrina. I'm going the Bills on this. They might got him, Sabrina. I gotta start having some faith that somebody gonna knock my homeboy out of that undefeated status.
I'm gonna go with the Bills with you on this one. This feels like it's ripe and set up for their first loss. I'm gonna go with the Bills also.
I'm just a hater. Let me be honest.
Right.
I don't want nobody to undo the 1972 Dolphins perfect season. I just feel like that should be a record for at least 100 years.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sorry, I have to be honest. Anybody get anywhere close and they started getting like 11-0, because remember, we knocked the Steelers out one year. They was like 11-0. They were really close. They didn't go to the Super Bowl that year anyway, but still. Anybody get anywhere near that, I started getting on antsy. Like they're going to undo that record. So anyone from the 1972 Dolphins, God bless them if they still around, should send a case of the best champagne to them Bills. And them Lions.
Didn't I tell you last week? I said, I'm scared of them Lions. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm scared. Wait. Look, I'm scared of the Lions in the natural, and I'm scared of the Lions on the football field. I don't want no part of nobody.
Good night. I'm just thoroughly impressed. We would be the story of the year if not for them.
Right.
And Russell. We're going to talk about Russell next.
Okay.
But we would be the story of the year if not for them. This is a great lesson in patience. Because their franchise been patient for a long time.
They have never won the Super Bowl. That's a trivia fact for anybody that's new.
Never. So their fan base has been patient for a long time. But I'm just enjoying watching them play. Because when you think they down, now they just come back. And talking, man, they gorilla stomp. So let's leap over to, let's stay in the same division. And them poor Bears, they can't buy a break.
Do you know some of their players? I've read on the internet, whether it's true or not, some of the players are calling for him to be benched, for Caleb to be benched. I'm like, that can't be true. That boy is learning.
They block a field goal. That's not Caleb. That's the holder in trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Now he could put some more points on the board, but that's a team effort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was a blocked field goal. They had nothing to do with him. Of course, they could have scored more, but like you said, does it all go on the quarterback?
No. And that just show you, like you said, they just can't catch a break. They just don't have it going for themselves. And I think they need to get rid of Eberflus. I think they need to do some other things. I think they need to just start it over, because they're going to hurt Caleb's development if they don't, because they have a lot of good weapons. They
do, but that play calling is atrocious. That play calling they do as a that's what they need to be focusing on. New coaches, because he's a rookie. You can't you expect them to have a little bit of rough start. You know what I'm saying? Can't all be on him, but he's a rookie. Let's not expect so much out of these rookies when they come in to the NFL. It's an adjustment curve. It's a learning curve. Correct. But that play calling, that stems from experience. They're supposed to be experienced enough to do. That's the worst play calling I've seen in a long time. Sure. And I watch all the games. So if you just catch half of the game with bad play calling, it's an issue with the whole thing. It's an issue. Yep. So, and with the $1 million question, how many licks do it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop because them Giants looking like some suckers. You know, Daniel Jones done stuffed them up without a pew-pew,
Wow.
because it's like, what in the world would make them, for one thing, we know why they benched them. He should know, because they did this with Russell last year. They bench you to save you, to trade you. You know what I'm saying? So who gonna pick up on him? I don't know.
I don't know.
Sabrina, this a $1 trillion question. What in the world? Who was in that room? I think I saw this on NFL training. The thing that, the thing when they showed him in the preseason and camp, Sabrina training camp. I think I saw the episode when they was discussing Saquon, but this was a decision they made.
They gave up Saquon to keep Daniel Jones. And now
who ain't done diddly squat all these years.
I think his record is like 22 and like 40 something overall. It's bad, whatever it is. And so now they got all this money they got to pay out. They like you said, they saving him to hope he keeps his trade value, whatever that is.
Zero. I wouldn't give $2 for him. He's the last place in the division.
I'll say this: Daniel Jones is an excellent. He has good running ability if he has to. I think if he had a really decent line, if he goes to the right team, he would do well. If he had time, he would be better than what you're seeing.
Sabrina, I'm not sure about that.
No, I think
it's
so.
It's been too many years. He's always been like this.
Yeah,
Danny Dime, he Danny Nickel, and my Danny Penny now, because he ain't even gonna be worth 1 cent. Sabrina, who was in that room that came up that thought this was a great idea? And this is a lesson. This is a lesson for all of those people. They just have a moment. Gwen had these moments. This is a lesson to all the naysayers. This is a lesson to people who you look for, or you think somebody tell you, or don't give you the value that you're worth, or don't make you see your worth, or don't treat you like your worth. Then, God may lead you somewhere else. Then you get on a new team, a new team at work, a new booth thing, a new something. And then all of a sudden, you're the MVP of that situationship, relationship, job, whatever. This is just, and sometimes we need the motivation to do better. Because whatever it was, you talking about something. Mess around and find out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And the Giants, and it's the truth. Saquon carried that Giants team on his back. Most of the good that they did offensively was because of him. Yeah. And now they understand, and they can never admit it, but it's right there for everybody to see.
And the injury to Issa, the minute I heard the Eagles was going to pick him up, I would have doubled back. I would have said, you know what? Nah, because we know how this happens every time.
Yep.
Especially we as Commander fans, we should have been in that room to warn them. Don't trade them inside to another team within the division. Because they going to monkey stomp you every chance they get. You saw what happened when we played the Eagles? The first play going to be the Dachshund. Come on now.
You know what they was doing. You know exactly. Even though he was of no consequence to the overall game, they did that crap on purpose. And I was
like at the prove a point, what
exactly.
Get down somewhere.
And I was so happy we had contained Saquon for them 3 quarters. It's like, but you got to finish anyway. We've dealt with that, but I know.
But I want to know who the Tootsie Roll. That's what I call everybody who makes your Tootsie. I don't even know who I'm calling them. They're straight up Tootsies. That's what they are. Because ain't no way. Sabrina. He may be like Henry was for the Ravens. We might briefly touch on that.
Right.
Saquon may have him in first place. Well, you know what? Talk about bought lessons. The Giants gonna be the little people. That's what we gonna call them after this. Because they some tootsies. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't understand what the logic was. They gonna figure it out now because it's too late, too little, too late. What's that song?
Too late.
That's the song. That's
try it again.
That's it.
Much too little, too. That's my song. But anyway, y'all know I can't sing. But again, I would have never, first of all, and this 2 steps back, I wouldn't even gave him that amount of money.
Right.
They give all these big contracts to these dudes who have 1 or 2 years. To me, Sabrina, and I could be wrong because I don't watch all the Giant games, he wasn't that much he wasn't that caliber of a quarterback to demand that big contract.
I think in the very beginning he showed that he was, but like you always say, once they get that money, things kind of change. And I think with his contract, I don't think the money was guaranteed. I don't think it was.
Sabrina, if he's making more than $1 million a year, he is robbing them.
Well, yeah, he's still robbing them, but I'm just saying it's not guaranteed.
Like it's not like that horrific one Deshaun has. And now the Eagle fans, let me holler at y'all. Don't start it.
My gosh.
Don't start it. Y'all picking up bad habits.
From the Cowboys.
Unified in this East. We could come together and laugh at them Cowboys fans because they the most ridiculous on earth. But y'all starting to nick my nerve a little bit. Don't call me if you haven't called me in 4 years to say hi, how you doing, how the dog, nothing. Then you send me a random text duck to say, and did you see that game? Of course I saw it. And I played it off. I said, so this must be in reference to the game, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't checking on me. But God, Sabrina,
and I noticed what was getting on my nerves. Like I said, the game was close up until towards the end of the fourth quarter, middle end of the fourth quarter. The comments made it seem like they blew us completely out. The comments made it seem like we were completely inept. I'm like, I'm glad that y'all are happy that y'all won. I'm not mad about that. But don't make it seem like y'all just completely blew us out. Let's be honest. Let's be real, okay?
They started, Sabrina. Don't start. I told them, I said, don't start. Don't start it. Don't start. I said, don't do this. We in a good space. We get along. We laugh. We kiki. We have a good time. Don't start it. But, y'all, like you said, Sabrina, they won. So, kudos. It's not the end of our world because, trust me, 7-4 is a lot better than where we were last year at this time. And we got hope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are. Yeah. Y'all just, now you're talking about luck. I don't believe in luck too. But y'all were blessed or fortunate to catch the Giants fumble. You know exactly. When they fumble Saquon. So that's what y'all should be celebrating for the rest of the duration of the season, whether y'all win or lose. And speaking of the duration of the season, let's just get on this.
Okay.
Look at the rest of our season. Let's compare the rest of our games to the Philly games because right now we're both striving to win a division because honestly, Sabrina, looking at the NFC North, 3 of them might go.
Oh, absolutely. I think 3 of them will go. And at least
so that's going to limit us. So we need to be right on them or up against them. But can we do that? Can we compare?
Absolutely. So here's the Commander schedule for the rest of the season. As we can see, we have the Cowboys coming up November 24th. Is that a win or a loss?
That's a win.
That's a win. That would make us 8-4. The Titans at home.
That's a win.
9-4. Then we have a bye week. So we on the
bye
week.
That's a
win. 9-4. Okay, then we're going to New Orleans, and somebody else is going to New Orleans too.
Yes, I'll be in New Orleans. So that's a win. 10-4.
Now, see, I'm a little on the fence.
Why?
That's a little one of them iffy games that can go either way. Not that they're better than us, but it depends on. But we're coming out of the bye rested though.
And if you want to say an iffy game, that Titans game could be the iffy game.
Okay, let's just call it a win. We're 10-4, right? 10-4 against the Saints. Next is the Eagles here in DC, Maryland.
If they don't get it together, L.
Okay, so let's just say we lose that. That's 10-5. 2 more games left. The Falcons, who right now are in the playoff hunt as well. We're 10-5.
That's going up against Cousins, though, Sabrina. He coming back to Northwest. He might have it in for us. We're gonna put that in the W, but just a little bit in the W.
11-5, and then we finish up in Dallas against the Cowboys.
When?
So we're saying 12-5.
Yes.
12-5 or 11-6 to me at the worst. But
Okay, now let's do the Eagles.
let's do the Eagles. So I have pulled up the Eagles schedule. They are 8-2 as we record this. Their next game is on November the 24th against the Rams in LA.
I don't know, Sabrina. I think they're gonna win that one.
I think the Rams could get them, but just for the sake of what we're doing,
let's go 9-2.
9-2. Okay.
Okay.
Next, Eagles at Ravens in Baltimore.
9-3. Cause Lamar got to get him. I might have to take a trip up the road for that one.
Yeah,
I want to see that one. I say 9-3. They not beating Lamar.
I agree with you. 9-3. Next is an easy game. The Panthers. That's not even need to be said.
10-3.
10-3. So we got 4 games after that. Here's a biggie: the Steelers against the Eagles, the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Come on here. Sabrina, that's close.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to get an edge to them though, Sabrina. I'm gonna have to get an edge to the Eagles. They're gonna be in that life.
I'll give the edge to the Eagles too.
Yeah. So what's that?
11-3.
Okay.
The Eagles at the Commanders in Washington, probably for the division.
12-3.
I say 11-4.
Sabrina, the difference is, okay, let me just do this. The Ravens, a unique defense thing. They got the number 1 run defense in last place. We don't have number 1. So they're going to have to score more, Sabrina. And they're going to have to get it together. So these next few games, if they start gelling and matching the energy on that defense, then I could see us contending. But I think they're going to eke it out here too.
I disagree.
Okay.
What are we going to do with that? Let's say they lose. Just for the worst case. They're 11-4. Okay. Then the last 2 games they're probably going to win. The Cowboys and the Giants.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely. So the worst they're going to end up is 13-4.
Right. And we're already whatever in 4. So the Eagles probably, based on what we've just done, unless they fall apart, they're probably going to win this division.
We got to win all these mid-range games.
Yeah, the only way we would have a chance to win is if we win out, which is not entirely possible.
It's not, because that's not a hard schedule at all.
It's not. The hardest game now is against the Eagles, and that's the one we need the most.
Yeah.
But being realistic, it looks like the Eagles may win, and we're going to be some sort of wild card. So the weeks will play out. We're going to see how it actually goes. But
I got to root for the Rams, the Ravens, and the Steelers. I can do this.
I can do
3 more losses. I can do this. Come on, Commander Nation. We can do this. We got to root for the Rams, the Steelers, and who else? The Ravens.
The Ravens, yes, girl.
So let's do our picks. Let's do the NFC East picks really fast.
Okay.
So we're playing the Cowboys.
We sort of just did it. Oh, no, we kind of didn't. Yeah, you're right.
We kind of, but we didn't go. We didn't do this.
So
but
my shirt says what it needs to say. Okay.
I should have put on my Hey Dallas shirt today. Ta-da! I forgot we playing them bombs this week. I got the Commanders monkey stomping them.
And if we don't phone it in and call
I can't do it. So who the Eagles playing? We said.
We just said the Eagles
playing the Rams.
Yes. So here's our official vote now. We were doing it to be conservative before. I think that the Rams could absolutely beat the Eagles this Sunday. But I'm gonna stick with the Eagles. That's the safe bet. Yeah.
It's only safe to pick the Eagles, like you said, but I'm praying the Rams can pull it out.
Pull out a miracle for us. We need all the miracles.
All they got to do is contain Saquon and Brown. They done. And lastly, the Giants facing the Bucks in New York. That they need a reset. I'm not picking them the rest of the year. That dude coming in the game, who the quarterback now?
Of New York?
Yes.
Devito. I want to say Daniel Devito. I forgot that man's first name.
Well, he could be funny as now.
Remember they put Davito in one time and he mopped the floor with us? I forgot what game that was, but he mopped the floor with us. But
that was the old so
correct.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks too, baby.
Okay.
So thanks for joining, and let's get ready. Spike the Hill Commander Nation, because this is officially known in the DMV as Super Bowl #1. Whenever we play the Cowboys, we officially had 3 Super Bowls annually. There's when we play the Cowboys and the actual Super Bowl. So this is considered Super Bowl #1. A lot of tailgating going on, a lot of excitement around the city. The first time we're looking forward to. I pray that we outnumber them Cowboy fans. Or just meet them 50-50, you know, because
Right.
they usually overtake our stadium on this game. So I'm just
Better
praying the
not.
Commander Nation shows up. So just have a great week. Stay blessed, stay safe.
Wait,
Let's do this. Let's get on board.